This is interesting. And in March 2020, I got to find the video. When COVID happened, I literally talked about this, where it's basically what do you do with all these commercial buildings now in the city? Because there's a huge crisis going forward where the vacancy rates, if you look at CBRE, he said that the vacancy rate is 17.7%. It's the highest it's been in, oh shit, what was it? I think it's the highest it's been in more than a decade, more than 2 decades rather, since 1995. Okay, so we came out of a recession, obviously in 88, 89, into 95, where things started picking up in 97. So it's been the highest since then. And it's not on a recession, it's just basically no one's using the buildings. So what they're talking about, and what I was saying back in March of 2020 when everything kind of got shut down, I was like, what do you do with these buildings? You can, repurpose them. I know me and Mike were talking about this, and there's other investors that we follow, and says it just costs way too much to repurpose these buildings. Clearly, you got to create, like if you're creating a condominium, you have to bathrooms, kitchens. You have to re-engineer the whole building. You have to take it down to basically concrete, strip it all the way down to concrete forms, and then ultimately rejig the whole building. So it's a financial and engineering nightmare. So it has to be worth it. So the buildings have to come down dramatically in value in order to this even make it worth it. Maybe the government kind of fits some of the bill because they're kind of creating more housing units in the downtown core. That's probably a good way to invest in the Canadian taxpayers' money. But what they're saying here is that Toronto office vacancies rate hit the highest number in nearly 30 years, 15.5%, while Vancouver reached two decade high. Here, we'll keep trucking along here. Toronto, so in the environment that downtown Toronto sprawling mixed-use retail, residential, and office project, the Well is starting to become the life. Some tenants already moved in, so I'm not sure what that is. It's probably a building that they reconverted. But the completed building will feature an open-air retail and dining space, two small parks, and swaths of public seating and residential and office tower complex, elements of a particularly desirable post-pandemic layout that property owners say were a happy accident. Look at this. In 2017, I invested in a building through Greybrook Realty. It's basically a Reit. You put money in, they buy real estate, they build whatever they're building, and then they give you a return on investment. But this, and I was mentioning this early on, this could be the future of downtown cores, because this is it. This is actually my return. Look at that, 257% return on investment. It's a longer project, but hey, it is what it is. Very good return. But this is the building here. So it's located in Miami, Florida. Imagine that. I invested in Florida in 2017 because it made sense. And then I repurposed all the money in 2018 back into Toronto because it made sense. So if you kind of see me as an investor, we're always moving where it makes more sense. So 2017, we had the market collapse. I couldn't see any value buying back in. So I put money into this project, which is going to give me a 257% return on investment. So that's really good. Similar to what real estate would have given me now. We're cashing out at 280 to 320% return on investment, so very similar. So at least the money kept working. But so the project it's a residential unit. Maybe there's a better site here. Okay, here it is. So this is the building. So PMG, one of the largest condo builders in all of America, teamed up with Greybrook Realty from Toronto. They basically bought an old church parcel land downtown Miami off of Biscayne and repurposed this building. So this building they've actually lowered the story. So 49-story mixed-use building. But watch what they did with this building. It's very interesting. So it's basically a vertical city. So first, United Methodist Church of Miami. So the first floor so 1 to 10 is basically the church. So that's obviously ceiling height. They're going to create something nice, the balcony, the whole thing, right? So it's a church. So they created, religion, place of worship. 22,000 square feet of redesigned. Sorry, this is still the church. So the church is 20,000 square feet. So place of worship. Office space, floors 11 to 13. That's 32,000 square feet of commercial space. So now you have place of worship, you have a place to work, and then you have, so here, commercial space, Okay, and then it's residential floors from 14 to 47. So there's 646 rental apartments with traditional units. So basically created rental space, a place of worship, and then there's commercial. And there used to be, see here, there's still like restaurants and stuff like that. See, there's a cafe. There should have been also, I mean, the original designs, they were supposed to do retail also. So I'm not sure. Maybe they kind of ex-nayed that. I think the building was supposed to be higher in originally, but it was supposed to be retail, commercial, place of worship, and then obviously a rental unit. So this is it's just a great project. And this PMG America, they've been on this thing for, imagine they've done this in 2017, where now they're starting to purpose some of the buildings going forward here in Toronto, where they're thinking about it. And they don't got to look too far. Look at the Americans, see what they're doing, what they were doing like literally 6 years ago, and copy them and do it. That's pretty much it, guys. Super long one today. I'll probably break this up into two parts, but have an amazing day. We'll talk soon. Ciao.